Come on. Hi, it's Louise here from Val Health Therapies on the Gold Coast, and today I'm talking to the beautiful Heidi Carlton on the Gold Coast as well. So, got Heidi, as you would have read in her little bio, has two young boys who are growing up very fast, and she homeschools them. So, it'll be very interesting to find out how that goes and why you decided to homeschool, because you did that way before the homeschooling thing was a thing. And the business that you had before and what you've progressed into now and your trials and tribulations along the way.
So, okay. Wow. Thank you. Thank you so much for having me. Can you hear me okay? It's all right?
Great.
Cool. So, yes, as you said, Larice, on the Gold Coast, I had a home beauty salon when I first moved to the Gold Coast about 12 years ago, and I loved it. What I loved about that was being able to look after people and make them feel pampered and beautiful. And, of course, I liked all the girl talk. That was always fun too. But what I didn't like about that was that if I wasn't in the beauty room, I wasn't earning money, which meant that I missed out on, bath and bedtime with my then little kids. My husband did all that. My kids just popped on in, gave me a kiss, and then went to go. So I missed a lot of time with them. And then when they grew up and they were at school, there were a lot of school events that I couldn't go to because I had clients booked in. And that was my priority, because if I didn't have clients coming in, I didn't have income coming in, and clearly that was a vicious cycle. So they're the things that I didn't like about working for myself. So about 10 years ago, I had a very nasty surprise. I ended up having a heart attack in the middle of the night. And so it turned out that it's a genetic problem. So over the next couple of weeks, everyone's life was upside down. I had lots of heart attacks. I ended up having open heart surgery. It was touch and go for a long time there. And I realised then that my life was never going to be the same. So clearly I couldn't work for a while, so that affected our income. And when I eventually healed, so it took about a year to 18 months before I was feeling well enough to be bored with nothing to do, and I started my salon again. And I was looking for something a little bit different in the salon this time. I wanted something that made me stand out from the rest, because I needed more bang for my buck, so to speak. I didn't have a lot of energy, and so I needed to make each client feel as special and looked after as much as possible, so they would want to come back. So it was about this time that I was introduced to a network marketing company, New Skin. Now, I had been approached by lots of different companies. I must have one of those personalities. And I was very skeptical. I was like, oh, okay, someone else trying to sell me something. But I ended up having a look because this guy was really persistent. And I was blown away with the products. My result from one try, I did it on one half of my face, and the difference was huge. Now, I was only 33 back then, and actually, no, 34 by then, and I didn't even think my skin was that bad until I saw the treated result, and I was like, flip, my skin is pretty bad. So that was the beginning of my journey with the network marketing world, really. I mean, I dabbled before, but I hadn't really taken it seriously. So, and because of that, I could weave these anti-aging devices and products that were unique into my salon. So my clients were leaving with amazing results, and they felt fantastic. And then, of course, I had the added benefit of being able to sell them the products that they could get online and order even when they didn't come to the salon, and I would get paid that way as well. So I was getting two lots of income, which was fantastic. So this was about the time I met you, Larice. So through mutual friends, and it's been lovely knowing you over these years. So you also use these products, which is why your skin looks amazing, and you're over 60, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm 62.
So that's just mind-blowing, like unbelievable. You're flaming hotter than I ever was at 20. But so this is why the products, I'm still with that company because the products work and they keep on bringing in new products. And anyway, but this isn't about a plug for the products. It's talking about online businesses. So over the years, my heart health sadly, it's not stable. It's a genetic problem, and I've been back in hospital a number of times over the years. And about 2 years ago, it really came to a head, and I realised, you know what, I can't keep up. I can't do both. The energy that was required for me to go to my brick and mortar, because by then we'd moved and I had a separate salons on the property. It wasn't a room in my house. So, and although it was beautiful, it was requiring effort, and I eventually hired staff, and so they were doing the beauty therapy side of things, and I was doing more the nails. And so, yeah, it just got bigger. It was definitely profitable and successful, but it was hard work for me. So 2 years ago, I decided to close that salon, close that business, which was really hard. It had been a huge part of my life for so long, and decided that I would just focus solely on the sharing the products online, which is when I really got involved with Facebook more and Instagram. But Facebook's my boyfriend, Instagram's, a little sideline. But so this is, and I've loved the fact that I can use that. So then to fast forward a little bit, my children. So by now my kids were in grade 4 and in grade 7 at high school. And sadly, my little fella was struggling with bullying pretty badly. There was one child there who had some mental health issues, and he had it in for my perfect, adorable son. So it really, really made it hard for him. And it was years, it was going on for years. And before I decided to close my business and just work for myself from home, I didn't have the flexibility to be able to do anything to help him. He had to go to school because he had to have an education, and I had to work. But now, of course, things were different. So I decided to homeschool him. And then my high schooler said, well, can I be homeschooled too? And I thought, let's give it a whirl. So that was 2 years. So they were going into the 3rd year now. And it was the best thing that I ever did. I mean, yes, I see my children a lot, but it's great because, excuse me, I've got to know them better, and their personalities have really developed. And they, before anyone questions, yes, they do spend heaps of time with their peers and heaps of time with other kids, as well as heaps of time with other adults. So they get a really well-rounded education, which I could never have offered them if I was working in a brick and mortar business. And then along comes coronavirus and tears the walls off everyone and leaves everyone feeling stranded and naked in the middle of the wilderness. And I was actually pretty good. So obviously, because we'd already been homeschooling, we just continued that. So nothing was really disrupted there. Although I must admit there were a few more movie watching days and a few less maths and English days, but we've got a good balance there. And my business, this is the thing that's really surprised me. So because my products with New Skin are in anti-aging and health, I presumed that people would view them as a luxury item, and so sales would drop. I was preparing for that. The opposite has happened. Obviously, people are now having time to sit at home and well, first of all, they're bored. Secondly, they're doing online shopping, which is fun for us all, let's face it. And thirdly, they're sitting there staring at their reflection in the mirror and seeing all the things that they would like to change or improve. So this is where having an online business is fantastic, and also having an online beauty business is, just two wonderful things married together. So my business has actually boomed since coronavirus. Amazing. So, although there is a lot of horrible sadness and devastation that has come with that, I guess in some ways that there has been some positives that if we can glean from the muck, that that the online business world is growing and booming.
Yeah, we usually don't want to be gloating about it, but it actually works. This online business works, and people that put things down, direct marketing or that type of thing down, so why? They can see it clearly works, just hasn't worked for them. Or they're not willing to go to work, come home, forget about it, sit on the couch, watch a boring show, and go to bed and do it all again tomorrow.
And what you were saying too about people putting the network marketing business down, you're right. Some people, well, you either have people that hate it, people that love it, or people that really don't know anything about it. So the people that, you know, in the second two categories, generally that's lack of education regarding the industry. So I think back in the 80s and 90s, it was a very different world than it is now as far as network marketing and direct selling, and people have this pyramid scheme in their mind. And I just like to clarify to people and explain that, well, first of all, pyramid schemes are illegal. And so, you know, I'm not about to be involved in anything illegal. But it's not a matter of the person at the top earns all the money and all the minions down here do all the work. That's not how it works. The people that do all the work earn all the money, and the person who helps them and sponsors them and helps to guide them, they earn a little bit of money. But the person that does the work earns the most, and that's the way it should be. Now, that's not how it is in the corporate world. That the manager will always earn more than the subordinates, no matter how amazing you are. So, I just like to get that in there.
Well, I work in David Jones on the floor. You're running around, you're doing all the hard work, unpacking, running after customers, doing all the stuff, and you just get a minimum wage. And meanwhile, the head honcho is getting it all.
That's it.
Do that again? No way. So when I met you and saw this awesome business and opportunity, I embraced it. One, because I love what it does for my skin, and I love getting the compliments because actually I was out yesterday, got a coffee. Oh, we lost you, Heidi?
No, I'm still here.
Black minute. Went out for a coffee, and I always ask the question, do you do seniors discount? It gets them all going. No, you're not a senior. You go, wow. And I spend my card and say, this is what I do. So if you want to know, if you want to be looking younger, and the lady was actually quite young, she said, I'll give it to my mum. I said, the younger you start, the better. You don't have to.
That's it. Yeah, so, some of my most, avid customers are those who are under 30. You know, I wasn't even thinking about that in my 20s or 30s, or kind of in the 30s when I found New Skin. But now that I'm 44, I find everyone my age is like, oh, what's that? So, yeah, you're right. You're never really too young.
Well, there's a lot of girls in that age group, like my daughter like the 30 age group, that are going out and getting all the procedures. And they would have been feeling pretty lost at home when nothing was open and they couldn't do anything. So that's where what we're selling online or showing online or sharing has really come of age, and everyone's like, oh, I can do that at home. On my own device.
That's it. And like, people are going to continue shopping online. I think it's here to stay. I think there's a lot of people's lives who are never going to go back to pre-COVID. I think things have shifted, and in a lot of ways they've shifted for the better. So, if you can save yourself some money by looking after yourself at home with non-invasive products, then, you know, and the thing is too, there are so many amazing online businesses out there, and there are so many amazing network marketing companies out there. Clearly, I believe that New Skin is the best, but if you know someone in network marketing, because chances that you do, because, you know, everyone knows someone in network marketing, maybe now's the time to talk to them and just ask, you know, what is your business, and, you know, is it right for you too? And if you don't know anyone, or you're open to looking at what we can offer with the New Skin platform, then reach out to me or Larice, and we'll give you some information and see if it's the right fit for you too.
Yes, there's definitely so much. I keep getting bombarded with a lot too. And I'm like a bellbird. I'm like, oh, that looks shiny. I want to go back. No, I'm here. So I concentrate on one thing. Okay, that was so interesting. So, I'm hoping that anyone out there who is in the same boat or not doing so well, and their business is closed down and they're going to have to fight, well, not fight, I suppose, but it's a slow process to build up again. In the meantime, this is something they could look at and help do something as a side hustle. You never know, it might become the main business, main source of income.
Yeah, it has for me. I'm earning more doing this than I ever did in my salon. So, you know, it's a win-win.
Yes, yeah. And you stay at home with your kids, you spend more time with them, they get to know you better, and you get to know them better. You're not rushing off in peak hour traffic. You're not have to get dressed. What am I going to wear today? What makeup? Just make sure your top half's going to be online.
My bottom half is too, don't worry. But kids grow up so quick, and before you know it, they're grown up and they're not interested in you anymore, or your company or your opinion. So yeah, I really do feel blessed that I've had the opportunity to be with them. And yes, it does get tiresome at times, but I wouldn't change it. It's a real blessing.
It's awesome. I might have to do that with my grandchild.
Yes.
No. Okay. All right. Well, thank you so much, Heidi, for that awesome information that you've given us. And like I said, if anyone's out there interested, please contact either one of us. You can always look up Heidi online too. She's got some great information on her posts, on her Facebook pages, and so have I. So contact either one of us if you would like to explore this option further, or we can just give you a facial and see how you feel.
Thanks so much for having me.
You're welcome. Until next time, bye for now.